Good morning, guys. Today I am going to discuss about that HVDC transmission lines. Earlier in the first HVDC transmission line is started in 1880 century. 1880. So first after that it is implemented by AC transmission lines. So now today I will discuss how much we are in the modern life we are using DC transmission lines. It is very important in our topic. DC transmission. Transfer, power transfer was initially carried out in the early of 1880s using DC with the availability of transformer. Okay. Now I am going to discussing a brief comparisons between alternating current and direct current transmission lines. Why should we use DC nowadays? Because we simply know that differences between the DC source and AC source is two important points. Everybody will be during the interviews. A person will be asked you what is the difference between AC and DC. We should not say AC means alternating current source, DC means direct current source. We are not such a positions to describe between these two as simple definitions. We have to tell that why should we use a DC and AC. AC is used to change the energy, electrical energy, either it is a increase or a decrease. We are using this kind of AC changing in case of transformer. Transformer is purely AC source. So by means of AC source, by means of transformer, we can change the electrical energy by increasing or decreasing. That is in AC source. In DC source, most of the DC motors can be used for changing the speed. By means of DC source, by means of DC motors, speed can be changed in DC motor only. The changing of speed only applicable in DC source. We can also use it in AC also, but additional equipments are should be connected in both cases. But the easy way of using that for DC and AC means, that means the comparison between AC and DC source is, in AC we can change the energy, the electrical energy. We are saying step up voltage, step down voltage. In DC motors we can change that speed. We can increase the speed quickly, we can decrease the speed quickly. But one more thing is, in AC frequency is constant and in DC there is no frequency. So here I am not describing about these two topics, but only I am considering only my concentrated is why should we use that high voltage direct current transmission line. Why should we require it is that comparison between number of few points I have described here. Number of lines in HVAC 2, 3 and more number of lines are required, but in HVDC only bipolar lines are used. In line loading limit, it is limited by transient limit, but in case of HVDC no such limits are exist. No such limits are limit is available. Okay. Now next another point is feature is skin effect. We know that a large of due to the skin effect in AC transmission lines there is a power losses and or we can say potential gradient in AC transmission line is very less. So due to this skin effect, so here spin effect is present in AC transmission line, but here no skin effect. That is the advantages of DC transmission lines. Another is a very much feature of between AC and DC, corona loss and radio interference. Corona loss is much available in AC transmissions. So due to these corona losses will be there. So here is so due to corona losses here more corona losses occur, but here no corona losses or less corona losses. And radio interference, interference, that means disturbance, interference. And the last point is better control. How there will be controlling in AC transmission lines. In AC transmission line is accurately control, but rapidly control, quickly. That is the difference. Features of HVAC transmission lines. Earth return. In HVDC transmission lines, first I will tell you the HVAC transmission lines require a double circuit. One phase, one neutral, another require a earthing also. Here no earth return, but in transmission lines no double circuit, because we have seen it in electric transmission line. In electric tractions, only one phase is up and the other is the bottom is taken as a return path. So the return path is called a track. Track can be used as a return path. That is also called a earth return. So here is the consumptions of less conductor we can use in HVDC transmission lines. One more feature is transmission losses. In AC transmission losses are more due to reactive power flow. Power flow. But in HVDC transmission lines are does not have any reactive power, so no loss. No loss. Only insulation loss is there, or aging effect is also there after a long years. So next feature is voltage regulation. In DC systems, the line can be operated with constant current or constant voltage regulation. Here in DC, voltage regulation is smooth because due to constant voltage and constant current. So because frequency is absent, but in voltage regulation is very difficult. That means comparison to the very difficult. We need a extra burden to give that voltage regulation in the transmission lines. In HVDC transmission lines, types of DC links. Types of DC links we use it. One is a monopolar link, second is a bipolar link, third is a homopolar link. One by one I will going to explain it. Monopolar link. First is I am giving the circuit diagram. Now this is the monopolar DC link. So here is the two converters I used it. So a brief, it is a single conductor usually of a negative polarities. One is I am taking a negative polarity. Later I will tell you why should we require a negative polarity of this transmission lines, and use as earth or C is taken as a return path of current. Sometimes we can use a metallic return also used in electric track. In railway tracks we are taking a return path. The track is used as a return path. So why should we use a negative polarity? Why? Because with the negative polarity conductor has advantages is it reduces the corona losses in transmission line and radio interference with the neighboring communications. Okay, this is a simple circuit of monopolar link. Next is a bipolar link circuit. Bipolar link is having a two sets. होगा तो आज एक ही छः ये होता ही होगा. This is bipolar DC link of HVDC transmission lines. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 converters are connected together. Here is earthing, and here is in the midpoint is earthing. Return pass. In bipolar has two conductors. One is positive and the other is negative with respect of earth line. We can use bundle conductor also in HVDC transmission lines. Bundle conductors means what? Number of cables which are connected together in a one cables we can make it, or separate also we can take it, so we can use as a bundle also. So each terminal has two sets of converters of identical ratings. Identical means same ratings, no differences, as in case of parallel operation of DC motor or AC motor. Any DC motor or transmission AC motors, if you are connected in parallel means the rating should be, motor should be same. That means all the rating not different. So similarly that methods we are followed here. Converters ratings are same. Each terminals are connected in series, and this is in series. Between the two conductors we are grounded here at one points or both points also you can use it. Normally both poles operate equal currents. This currents, no difference, equal. Suppose 0.5 ampere means here also 0.5 amperes. So under this and there is zero ground current flowing under these conditions. Suppose if the fault occurs on any one of the conductor, it can operate with the other conductor using the ground as a return path. That is the advantages of bipolar DC link. Due to this reliability of bipolar DC link, it is equal to double circuit 3-phase AC transmission line. That means this link is equal to double circuit 3-phase AC line. Okay. Then next homopolar. Sugar. This is homopolar DC link. This is homopolar. Already these two completed. Now I am showing to the homopolar DC link. In this homopolar two links, it is looking similar to bipolar DC link, but polarity is differences. Why we should require differences? So let me a brief explanation on it. It has two or more conductors. All is having the same polarity. First condition is two or more conductors. You can use it here, and same polarity. Usually we have to take a negative polarity, and operated with grounded, or grounded you can also take as a metal, also can be taken as a return path. Due to this more conductors, why we require more conductors? If the fault occurs on one of the conductor, the remaining healthy conductor can carry the load more than half of the load power. That is the advantages. It also increases the losses in polarity due to overloading. If you take overloading means loads are much loaded is there means here more losses will be increases in this transmission. One disadvantages is there. So negative polarity means we can reduce that, as I said it, in monopolar. Corona losses and radio interference can be decreased. So these are the types of DC links of HVDC transmissions comparison with HVAC transmission lines. HVDC, between these two comparisons, I am showing the comparison. Why should we take HVDCs? Why should we take HVACs? But according to cost, if you say AC is better than DC, but if for any power transmission lines, more advantages will be available in DC transmission lines. But once we install it, we erect it HVDC transmission lines, it is more benefited than AC transmission lines. In Kolar, it is available. Talcher, I think Talcher to Kolar, 400 kV HVDC transmission line is there. I visited that. So here it is the biggest transmission line is in India. It is erected around 600 kilometer, I think so, from Odisha to Karnataka, Bangalore. So it is good for the more power transmission in the lines. So I hope you can understand what is the useful of DC transmission lines. Thank you.